Hey guys, this is Pepper. I'm here with the deck list video. This day we're going to be talking about my build, the Jurracs. And to start off, I run 3 Guaibas. Basically what this does is when this kills a monster, it can special summon a Jurrac with 1700 or less from the deck, and Guaiba has 1700, so what I can do is have Guaiba kill something wearing out a Guaiba and overlay it in Dolcar. Next up, I run 3 Velo. Velo is basically the recruiter of the deck, and can also be searched out by Guaiba, just go into Evilzars. Next I run 2 Dino to act as a level 3 tuner. Mainly I use it to go into Jurrac Giganoto, who, long story short, lets me buff my Jurracs for every Jurrac in the grave, which is really helpful to, say, make my Guaiba stronger. Next I run 2 Jurrac Aiello. Basically what this does is, it's a level 1 tuner, so in case it gets Veilered, I can use it to synchro into, say for instance, Catastor. But if it's not Veilered, I can tribute Aiello to special summon a Jurrac from the graveyard, which is really helpful to allow me to recycle my Jurracs without using Monster Reborn or Avarice. Out of the tech cards, I run a Black Stego, mainly to act as a wall, seeing as how it's got a nice 2000 defense. And a Hyper Hammerhead. Basically, it's kind of like Granmole, but not as good in that at the end of the damage step, Hyper Hammerhead goes off at the end of the damage step. But I mean, it's still helpful if, like I said it, the opponent has, I don't know, fucking Caius. Yeah, they have Caius, they attack this and it gets bounced back. Next, I run 2 Veilers, because it's really standard, helps stop stuff like wind-ups, heroes to a degree, just really good effect stopping card. And lastly, for the monster, I run Card D. I run this because it's just a really good draw card. So, yeah, that's it for the monsters. On the spells, I run 2 Fossil Digs. Basically, this is Rhoda for dinosaurs, and that's about it. 1 Duality, just so I can set up my plays and whatnot, and just so I have a bit more of control of what I have in my hand. Now on staples, I run Dark Hole and Heavy Storm, 2 MSTs, just basic destruction stuff. I run 2 Lances. Mainly this is either to protect my monsters from, say for instance, I don't know, my Dolkas from Mirror Forces, or if the opponent has a Thunder King Ryo and I have a Guaiba out, they attack me, I play a Lance, and Guaiba goes off, which is really helpful. Next up, Book of Moon, Reborn. Again, just more staples. Book of Moon helps troll the opponent, if they bring out, I don't know, Dark Arm, they can flip it down and kill it with Guaiba. Next I run a Smashing Ground, a Mind Control, and an Avarice. Mind Control just helps set up for Ixie's plays and allows me to attack for direct damage. Smashing Ground just lets me get rid of a problematic monster that the opponent has. And then Avarice just lets me recycle my monsters in the grave. Onto the traps I run the Solemn Brigade, because it's so goddamn good. That's all I can say. Dark Bribe, it's a really good protection card. And I also run Starlight Road, again, just because I need more protection. Just so I don't lose my Guaibas. 1 Torrential, just to stop swarming decks like X-Sabers and Blackwings. Bottomless, Bottomless. It's a really good stopping, summon stopping card. Lastly, I run 2 Deep Prisons, a Mirror Force, and a Compulse. Deep Prison and Mirror Force just help screw over the opponent, especially Deep Prison. And then Compulse, you can just use it for anything, which is why it's unbelievably helpful. Onto the extra deck, I run a Zenmains. Mainly I run Zenmains because of, mind control plays, and I can't, if I do draw on both my dinos, I can bring it out. My Stroke, because I think it's a really good wall. Yeah, it's a really good wall, and I can also use its Book of Moon effect to flip over monsters instead of for more Guaiba plays. Papal Imperative, again, What this lets me do is flip up a face down monster if it's like I don't even like a marshmallow without me taking damage, and just lets me go in for free attacks. I run one Catastor, because Catastor is really good, and it helps me get rid of a lot of problematic non-dark monsters, which is also really helpful for this deck. Black Rose, just to nuke the field. Stardust, because Starlight Road. Mistworm, partly to make up for the Trishula we haven't had for a while, and just because it's a really good card, just to screw over the opponents, but mainly their back row. Chimeratech Fortress, just to screw over like Gear basically any machine deck. Now for the last card of the extra deck, I have 2 Jurrac Giganotos, 2 Lagias, and 2 Dolkas. These 6 are probably the most important cards of the extra deck, because Dolka and Lagia just help me establish control of the field, and Giganoto, as I said before, lets me buff up Jurracs, because basically what Giganoto does is all Jurracs gain 200 attack for each Jurrac in the grave. So like if all I did was that what am I trying to say? Oh, if my field is like a Giganoto and a Guaiba, that Guaiba will probably be at 2100. So right there helps me get over a lot of like problem cards like Ronin Totem and stuff like that. Sorry for being like a bit spacey today. I don't know why. I'm just kind of out of it. But yeah, these cards really good. Thank God that I'm really happy. Like honestly, I built this deck because the tins, which made getting these guys a lot easier. Because if the tins never came out, this deck probably would be just a figment of my imagination, or just a figment of Dueling Network. Wow. Lastly, onto the side deck, DD Crow, just to help screw over anything really. Granmole, anti-meta shenanigans. Kaiku to stop decks like Dark Worlds, and to a degree Banishment. Next up, 2 Cyber Dragons. To coincide with my Chimeratech Fortress, and it's a good beat stick to get over things like Ryo, Gear Armor, and whatnot. Hyper Librarian. This is mainly to counter any synchro heavy decks that I may or may not encounter. I probably won't even use it that much because synchros aren't as big, but you know what? Just in case I happen to go against, I don't know, X-Sabers, I'm prepared. Smash, at the side in a second, smashing just to get rid of, if the deck has a lot of problem monsters. Now on the traps. Debunk, basically to help screw over like decks that have a lot of hand traps like Black Wings. To kind of screw with stuff like Black Wings, or Gores, or Trags, or anything like that. Chain Disappearance, this is to screw over things, probably like Rabbit Dino, just because if they get out Rabbit, I play Chain Disappearance, oops, sorry, or even to screw over like Frognarks when they get out their Treeborn, I can just Chain Disappearance that. The deck's almost pretty close to dead. Yeah. Macro to screw over Inzectors, and it's just a really good troll card like Dark Worlds, Inzectors and whatnot. Royal Prison, kind of in the same vein, just screwing over things like Dark World and whatnot. Shadow Imprisoning, it's just a really good anti-dark card. Again, Inzectors, Dark World, Black Wings, whatever, you name it. If it's a dark deck it's probably screwed over by this. Non-fusion area. This is my one and only out to heroes, but I mean, if I get this out really quickly, they're kind of sort of screwed. Seeing as how it's kind of sort of almost entirely based around fusing, so they're screwed. And lastly, Imperial Iron Wall, in case I go up against Banishment, because I know Banishment can fuck over this deck really hard. Like, if I'm playing a Banishment deck and they magically get rid of, like, all my Guaibas, I'm, like, done. I might as well just scoop and say, yeah, here's your win, man. But, yeah. This has been my Jurrac deck. If you like it, please like this video, comment on it and whatnot. If you like this, if you want to check out my other video, if you don't want to check out my other videos, please go through my channel. If you're gonna comment, for the love of God, don't be a troll. If you have any suggestions, please. I'm a big fan of getting feedback from people, so tell me in the comments below. Check out my other videos. And one last thing, this Thursday, I might have a surprise for you guys. So, if you want to know what that surprise is, tune in on Thursday, maybe Friday, probably Thursday. So if you want to find out what the surprise is, tune in on Friday. This has been Paperness, and I'm out.